Today is called Jubilee Day. And so we are just happy to have them here, so let's give them a big hand as they come.
We are so delighted to be here, and I bring you greetings from our university and from our organization. Our organization is the Georgia and Nolan Payton Archive of Sacred Music and Musicians. The Georgia and Nolan Payton Archive of Sacred Music and Musicians. Say that. The Georgia and Nolan Payton Archive of Sacred Music and Musicians. That's our organization. We call it ADSMN. A whole lot shorter. And this is an archive that was established about 2 years ago at Cal State Dominguez Hills. And our whole purpose is to preserve and perform the music of the African diaspora. Music that has been performed, that has been created by composers, music that has been performed by African diaspora people who have come through Los Angeles, people who were raised here, who have that extraordinary musical talent, and who we found were leaving us at a rather rapid pace a few years ago, and we thought, you know, a university has as a special role, in addition to teaching students, and preserving the culture through teaching and creating new leaders. We have a special purpose, and that is to introduce the current student to the accomplishments of the past. We are a place that preserves the legacy of the community. And our archive is designed to achieve just that. And so we want, we've been out in the community doing interviews with musicians. We've been holding meetings at churches in the community. You know, the first African American church in Los Angeles was founded in 1872, I believe that's First AME. And Second Baptist is probably the second oldest church, founded I think in about 1874. So the churches have been here for a long time. And it was in the church setting that a lot of the musical activities of the community was done. And so we are trying to preserve the music that was created there and learn about the people who developed there. And the connection went from the church to the school. And so we're trying to also be sure that we come into the schools and find out the history of the programs at the schools, and find out how long African diaspora music has been performed in the various schools in the community. This is the kind of work that we're doing through these efforts and connections that we're making into the community. We want you to know people like Jester Hairston, Albert McNeil, Rose Brooks, Jackie Broussard, Jacqueline Hairston, Cora Martin, Joe Westmoreland, Don Lee White, Henrietta Davis, Celestine Chambray. There are a bunch of wonderful people that we want you to know about. And so we're using special occasions like Jubilee Day to bring this information into the classrooms. Jubilee Day is a very special day, but I'm not sure that you know about it. And so I want to introduce someone who is a member of our board, and as you learned, a former teacher here at Dorsey High School, Dan Ellen Joseph.
How's everybody doing? Sounding great, and got you all warmed up. So we're going to do just a little something on Jubilee Day. And I want you to, where are my sopranos? All right, all I want you to sing is, Jubilee. I can't get up there, you can. Jubilee, Jubilee, this is the day of Jubilee. Can you sing that? Jubilee, Jubilee. What are we talking about? Celebration. Right. Now this particular day we're talking about in connection with today, which is October the 6th. October the 6th. Oh, okay. October the 6th. This was the day in 1871, way back, only 8 years from the time that the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. You know what the Emancipation Proclamation was about? Most of you know? I think I know. That was the signature of the President Lincoln at the time, said that there would be no more slavery. That was the year that the signature went down, that they said that the slaves would be free. And sometime it took a little while for the word to get around, but that was actually the date. And that was only 8 years from there, 1871, at Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee. This group of young people, just think, they were only 8 years from slavery, and they were dressed well, as you can see, and they sang well, just like you. Young people, just like you. Their university was in trouble financially, and so they said, how can we help our school? How about Dorsey High School? Kind of in trouble financially too, huh? Maybe you guys can go out and sing and help raise funds for your school. That's what they did. And the Jubilee Day was the first day that they went out from the campus and crossed in many different sections of the United States, even went to Europe and performed for the Queen in England, Queen Victoria at that time, to raise money for the school. So basically, the Jubilee Day we're talking about was the day the Fisk Jubilee singers, 9 young people just a little older than you, went out from their university to raise funds. So that's mainly what the day is about. Okay, and you just sung about it. Dr. Caldwell?
Yes. And they went out singing Jubilee songs. They sang spirituals, folk songs, and brought the experience of the African person in Los Angeles on the plantation, brought that experience all over the country and then all over Europe, raising almost over $500,000. It's an extraordinary accomplishment. And building Jubilee Hall. So they really did. Jubilee Hall was the library on the Fisk University campus.
And it's still there.
Yeah, it is still there, still there. So we think it's important to preserve that legacy, and that is a legacy that is a part of African diaspora culture. Jubilee choirs have emerged all over the country on all of the historically black campuses, and now on college campuses all over the country, including Cal State Dominguez Hills. This tradition of singing the spiritual, which is a tradition that is done by choirs, but it is also a tradition that is done by divas. And what is a diva?
Now, young people, I know you know what divas are within your context.
Yeah.
And so tell us within your experience, when you say, she's a diva, what do you mean? Come on, let us know. You know, somebody
who's extraordinary,
yes.
Right? Somebody who's special, someone who is beautiful, right? Someone who is talented. Exceptionally talented. I had one of my Jubilee choir members drove up to San Francisco last night, I guess it was, for the auditions for American Idol. Okay, so that being a diva is something that people strive for all over the country now. And you all have a special step in that direction, because you know you've got a special talent that can be developed in the way that a diva has developed it. We are extremely proud to be able to present to you an extraordinary diva, Henrietta Davis. The use of the word really is historic, And it's connected with people who have been known to sing opera, with people who have an extraordinary talent in the use of the voice and in their presence on the stage. And that describes Henrietta Davis, who was a star in several operas, including Porgy and Bess, and let me see here, La Boheme, Carmen Jones, a number of the major operas. She's also performed here locally on the Hour of Power service and is the leader of the Heritage Chorale from Faithful Central Bible Church. And so she's got her roots, which is true of the African diaspora divas, that they keep their root in the community while they excel for the community. And so I'm delighted to present to you Henrietta Davis.
In Three More Divas, we opened up with opera, then we went to Broadway. Yes, Broadway tunes. We did some jazz. I did All of Me and one. Out of college, Houston Grand Opera was doing Porgy and Bess, and I got a chance to go down and audition. They were looking for Clara, and I got the gig. And I've been touring ever since. So it's been really a blessing. The show, it takes me so many memories. I did it all through the 80s and the 70s, and it was just a lot of fun to do.
So proud of
That's what Jubilee Day is about. Jubilee Day is about legacy, okay, and building on that legacy. And remember that you are an important link in taking us to the future in a beautiful way. So.
We changed the alma mater because we couldn't find anyone that really knew it.